you for coming out. You can just come, because I'm sure there's some of us here that are not vegan, or maybe veganish, or not sure what's going on. There's just so much information out there. So I just want to share my journey, because it was a long one, and it wasn't always easy. But I think I can answer some questions for you. So just come on, listen up. Only 30 minutes of your time. Much appreciated.
What is Black Veg Society about?
Hey, what's going on, Andy? I was with Andy last week at the GBB Veg Fest. We're one of the sponsors of that Veg Fest. So hopefully we'll do it again. So Naijha Wright-Brown, co-owner of the Land of Kush Vegan Soap Bistro, used to be called Land of Kush Vegetarian Cuisine. Okay, vegetarian. Let's talk about that. There are pure vegetarians that exist, and I was one of them at one point. Hence why we have the Black Veg Society now. But here was my journey. I came down to Maryland in 2005. I'm originally from New York. No stranger to Whole Foods. My mother used to send me to camp in the Berkshires when I was young. We used to garden, pick fresh fruits and vegetables from this massive garden, all that type of stuff. But of course, when you travel back to the city, what do you have? Government cheese. That was housing, low income, government cheese, packaged foods, nothing fresh. And for years and years and years, I would live and eat like this. So by the time I turned 23, and working on Wall Street and Park Avenue, you know, it's the steakhouse, it's this, it's that, you know, all this type of food, cheese, pizzas, what have you. So at age 33, when I transitioned down to Maryland through job relocation, I thought I was the healthiest thing in the world. I was getting all my protein from scrambled eggs and all my protein from pizza and all the stuff that we think is healthy. And I was told at 33, I may be placed on meds if I didn't get my cholesterol down. My cholesterol was way above 249, and it was not pretty. I looked at my passport, and the reality of the way my face looked, it looked like I was bloated. I had to do something about that because I'm holistic. I don't take drugs, and drugs was not an option for me. So guess who I went to? I went to Dr. Google and found out that eating all these garlic pills and doing all this different stuff was going to bring my cholesterol down because Google knows everything. Well, I met my husband, my now husband, we used to work together at Verizon Wireless. He used to bring these vegan dishes to work. Now, I didn't know they were vegan because I didn't know anything about veg, vegan, all this other stuff. I didn't know all these terms I knew nothing about. I just knew he was bringing these exotic, what I call exotic dishes to work. Dishes that I've never seen before. So we were on the same management team, and I asked, you know, well, what's going on with this? And he's like, I'm vegan, and, you know, I'm trying to open up this restaurant, and this and all this other stuff. I said, well, I don't know anything about food service, never worked in food service, but if you're passionate about anything, we can make this work. But you got to make the food more familiar. So he was making barbecue tofu, mustard sauce tofu, all different types of tofu. But I said, we need to keep this simple. We need to bring some collard greens. Can we get some vegan collard greens? Because I was really eating my soul food back then. Collard greens, yams, baked mac and cheese. So we play around with this stuff, and we would bring this vegan soul food concept to the city of Baltimore, where we've been open now for over 10 years, and we're award-winning restaurant. It's been a really good time. And not only are we a restaurant, we are a social hub. We've hosted celebrities there. The last couple were Tabitha Brown, Boris Kojo, the actor. But we host events. Vegan Soul Fest, Maryland Vegan Restaurant Week. So, and people come to us for a lot of different things. Now let's get to what happened with Black Veg Society. That's why I'm here. We're sponsoring this lovely event. While we were opening this restaurant, there was a customer. Now, mind you, we had a lot of loyal customers at this time, lots. So in the first couple of years, this customer came and said, we have this group, the Black Vegetarian Society of Maryland. You guys got to take it. And it's like, okay, whoa, this is our first restaurant. We don't know what we're doing. Let us, do this, build a restaurant, and then we can come back to that. So in 2014, right after we launched Vegan Soul Fest, we said, let's take this Vegetarian Society of Maryland. Let's see what we can do. I think we're ready now. So we would take Black Vegetarian Society of Maryland and we would host. You do that to host a lot of events. We hosted Meatless Mondays. We hosted the first Baltimore Hip Hop Green Dinner in conjunction with the Hip Hop is Green organization based out of Seattle. And we would do a lot of table samples. So many table samples. Like we worked our butts off for 2 years that we were awarded in 2019 at the Animal Rights, the National Animal Rights Conference in Virginia by Veg Fund, just recognized for the amount of work that it's doing to build community and to teach people to go vegan. It's easy, but then it's not easy. I always recommend when you're going vegan, and this is what I did. It took me 3 years, 3 full years to go vegan. What do you eat? Think about what do you eat throughout the day, and what is that one thing you can veganize? So if you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is there one thing that you eat that you can veganize? And it's that simple, and don't let anybody beat you up about it. Because a lot of times, and I was just having a conversation with you here in the audience about that. You are you and an individual person before anything. And it has to be a psychological thing before you make any changes, any decision, especially if it's affecting you and your family. So it's about you and why you're going on this journey. I was going on the journey for my health. I just told you that. My cholesterol was sky high. I had to do something about it. The vegan diet, no cholesterol, 0. Look at the ingredients on some of these packages. 0, right? All this meat that we're eating, all this bad food. We have to do something. African Americans and Latinos have the highest health disparity, and we're dying. And we're dying in young ages. And I'm sorry, it's a responsibility of the parents. Children are unhealthy at a young age. We need to do something about it. So take a meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and figure out what you're going to veganize. And then turn it into a day. And I'll give you an example. I'm trying to juice now. I'm trying to do a one-day detox. Never done it ever before. And I'm telling you, whatever I'm telling you, I'm preaching to you, I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking one meal, and I'm just juicing. That's it. And we're going to do 2. And then I'm going to do 3. And then, I did a day. I did 1 day detox. And then we're going to push it to 3 days. And then we're going to push it to 7 days. And we're going to do 14 days. So it is your personal journey. And that's what the Black Veg Society is about. We are meeting people where they are on their journey. Your individual journey, because your journey is not like any other journey. You are your own person. So you got to take your time. Now, is there anybody in here that has any particular questions that they want to ask of me? I've been vegan for over 15 years now. It took me 3 years to get there. I was a big seafood lover. My husband told me one day, yeah, that shrimp, looks good, but you know that it eats parts, and that is ruined. That was the end of that. I'm like, what? It eats what? And just to visualize of that and understanding what that meant and putting it into my body, I think that deal. So something like that changed my mind. But you may be different. Any questions so far that I can answer? Anybody looking to organize events? So let's talk about how that works. I get bored very quickly. So the restaurant was up and running, we were doing good, we had celebrities in there, we were doing all this stuff, we had a lot of customers, promotion was working, and I got bored. So I met Brenda Sanders, my partner in Vegan Soul Fest, who's also executive director of the Afro Vegan Society. We had a talk in the restaurant, and this is, when you're on your journey, you need to share your journey with others. How many of you brought a non-vegan friend to this event? Okay, good. That's what you need to share your journey. What me and Brenda were doing is we were trying to bring more awareness to the Baltimore City community and what we were doing. And we had to do it creatively. We had to do it in a way that was culturally diverse and spoke to our people, you know what I mean. It's like even the city of Baltimore, you know what I mean. We're in Richmond. Shout out to Richmond. So we had this meeting, and it was in June of 2014. And I said, you know what, I'm tired of going to these veg fests, and it's not us. Or it's in the county. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, we're tired of this. So let's stop talking about it. Let's do something about it. In 3 months, we put together a vegan soul fest. Be a small festival we thought with 30 vendors. No, it turned out to be a large festival with 85 vendors and 2,000 people, and it was ridiculous. We never planned anything like this before. It was crazy, but we had to do it again. So when you're on your journey and you have a vision, just like Andy had, you just got to go with the vision, do it, collaborate. I'm a big collaborator. I love collaborating with folks, and just get it done. You know, just like your lifestyle. Just get it done. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just like working out. You know, you're trying to get fit. You don't think about getting fit. You get fit. You know, and I don't like working out, but I worked out this morning. And I worked out hard. And I hated it. But you just gotta get your butt up and do it. What else can I think of about this journey? Veganish, flexitarian, reducitarian, whatever. It doesn't matter. Again, it is your journey, it's your personal journey, and you have to be psychologically ready and have a little discipline and get some support. There are support systems out there. Black Veg Society is one of them. BlackVegSociety.org. If you're not following us, follow Black Veg Society. Again, we're who's heard of Maryland Vegan Restaurant? Can we get that in Richmond? Anyone? Anyone's heard of that?
I've heard of it.
All right. Here's another thing that I've done. I got bored again. I was bored with Vegan Soul Fest after 7 years. And I said, we got to do something else. I went to a restaurant to listen to my brother-in-law's marketing presentation, and I asked for something on the menu. All I wanted them to do was take off the cheese. It became this whole big production. They kind of told me to leave and go around the corner to this vegan restaurant. And I'm like, are you serious? So I was totally pissed off that day. I was really upset because it was just a small ask, and I was there to support my brother-in-law. So it was around the time when I was trying to figure out what else can I be doing? What else? And then after this, something else has to happen. I went to this restaurant, a non-vegan restaurant, and they were having a vegan week. And I was totally confused by this whole thing. I said, why is a non-vegan restaurant having a vegan week? And they had an incredible menu. The menu was awesome. I said, I need to talk to the owner. I talked to the owner, and the owner, explained to me why she was doing it. She said, we have a lot of people that are coming in here with a lot of dietary restrictions, and this and that, so on and so on. And, this is what we do twice a year. I said, well, okay, would you want to take this larger outside of your restaurant and make it a little bit bigger? And so that year, at the same time that I was organizing the Vegan Soul Fest, we organized Baltimore Vegan Restaurant Week, and here we are, 2021. We're still doing that during COVID, and it's very successful. So here's a way to get restaurants that you go to get more plant-based options on the menu, because everybody is not vegan. When you have families and you want to take families out, this is a way to encourage restaurants to add plant-based options to your menu. Just ask. Sometimes we got to do that. We didn't know what was going to happen with Baltimore vegan restaurants. We didn't know how restaurants would respond. But they did, and they did it well, and then we extended it to Maryland Vegan Restaurant. We took more restaurants outside of Baltimore City. So the message I'm trying to convey is sometimes you got to step outside of your comfort zone. We're comfortable with our friends and family. Some of us may be afraid to step out and say, okay, hey, I want to do this. I want to try this lifestyle, because you may be ostracized, or you may be shunned, you may be laughed, oh, that's a white thing, or whatever. No, it's not. We've been doing this for years. Seventh-day Adventists is an example. So this is nothing new to us. This is very comfortable. So don't let anyone ridicule you because you want to live this lifestyle. It's a good lifestyle. It's good for the health. It's good for the planet. It's good for the animals. I mean, why are we eating this stress? Does anybody realize what animals go through just to get this stuff to you on the table? Does anybody know? Has anybody been to a slaughterhouse? Coming down here, I saw the pigs in a truck, you know, so I already know where they're going, you know, and I'm glad that I know what I know now because I'm not going to eat that. You know, who wants to eat stress? Whatever you put in. I know people with luxury vehicles, and I was just saying this to you at the table, luxury vehicles, filling their vehicles with premium gas, but with fuel their body with low-cost food. Why would you do that? This is the only vehicle you have. This is the vehicle you could use for your lifetime. You have to fuel it with the best foods possible. And I'm not saying go out and eat a lot of processed foods. Moderation is key. You want to do your whole food, plant-based diet. Your rice, your grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, legumes. Don't go out there every day and it's beyond perfect because that's not the healthiest option either. A lot of people don't realize that they came to the table and they were talking about the eating the beyond perfect vegetarian lifestyle. In moderation, whole food, plant-based is the way. That is what you should do. A burger here, a burger there, fine. But we need to eat to live and not live to eat. Very, very important to understand that. And we need to teach our children early. Drink water. I see the water in the hands here. That soda and the sweets for the children, smoke bueno. Children need to be, my daughter, it's water. She doesn't know anything about soda. She doesn't want soda. She doesn't like soda. She doesn't like cake. Nothing sugary. It starts when they are young. You have to teach them when they are early because you are responsible for the health of your child. Nobody else. It's going to be on you. So if they're obese, morbidly obese, if they're diabetes, could be a generational thing, but diet can reverse that, and it is your responsibility to do that. So please, you have to save our children by eating more healthy. Are there any questions at this time? Anybody just soaking it up in? Anyone want to share any challenges? I mean, the only challenges that I have that I can think of right now is a challenge to convince people to eat the right way. And again, it's a culture thing. It's a comfort thing. I'm comfortable. I don't want to lose my friends, or I'm gonna have to find new friends. Or, no, you don't. I got new friends, and I still got the old friends. Once you arm yourself with the information, you are armed and you're educated, and no one can take that away from you. And I bring food to events. We're going to the cookout. Oh, they're not gonna have any food for me. Okay, I'm gonna bring my own food. That's cool. Can somebody grill this corn? Can somebody, grill this veggie burger? Yams, you can bring things and have people try it. Sometimes you have to bring and then they will receive. Okay? So, that's another thing. That's sharing your journey. That's what I call about sharing your journey. You hear people laugh and that's fine. But the fact is that you know better, so you're doing better. So don't feel bad about it. Don't let anybody make you feel bad because you consumed honey one day. Made a mistake. You should do something you consumed it. That's not right. Okay? You're on a journey. It's your personal journey. And if you know better, you do better. What are the questions? Any other questions? Nobody has a question. Everybody's doing great. So everybody right here is vegan. For the children here, who's vegan? Okay. Who's vegetarian? Who's vegetarian? Okay, cool. Who is not sure what they're going to do yet? They're just learning. So you got a question. I know you got a question. You're just learning. What's your question? How has it been? How has it been? Yes. It's been interesting. The more you know, the less. Okay, say it. The more you know, the less you want to eat. So you're saying that education is helpful. Are you surprised by some of the things that you're finding out? You're surprised by what pigs eat. And when you eat that, you know that's what you eat too, right? Okay. Right here in the front. You're just starting? Oh, you are? What has been your jump? Huh? Okay. 8%? Is it just because you're comfortable, you feel you're missed out, and okay, because we all been together, it took me 3 years, so I know. Okay, I know. So don't beat yourself up. Brush your shoulders off and let right here. Oh, and I got some, some cards up here with the Black Veg Society. Vegan, vegetarian? I'm neither. But why are you here then? Let me ask you that question. That's a good one.
I am considering it. However, my problem is I'm not too good at cooking it. I like eating it.
Did you come to the cooking demo at 3:30?
No.
Okay, you're not. Do you like to cook?
I do like to cook, but like the vegetable part, it's the meat substitute, like the tempeh, the tofu, those things I struggle with. Like making kale, sweet potatoes, the beans, anything like that. Once you start making like the other, like the meat substitute or jackfruit, those kind of things.
Right.
Those are good, and I love them. I love people make sandwiches out of them, meats and pasta. But when I try making my home, I'm just like, that's not what they make.
Well, okay. But you try. That's the thing. You try, and then you try again. And I'm gonna tell you the science about cooking. It's all about the energy. Everybody in this room can cook with the same recipe, and it'll probably come out different for everyone because it's based on the energy that you put in the food. Do you agree with that?
That's why we always have to make it taste that.
Okay, exactly. Food is energy, so however you cook, whatever energy you have, that's what's going to go into the food. So that's probably why it's coming out different, but then you try again. Is there something that you created that, has been incredible, that you love?
My friend has shown me how to make kale. So like he showed me how to do the massaging. Oh, hold on.
Yes, I'm glad she's saying that. Go ahead. The massaging of the kale, very important. If anybody knows about kale, and we make a great live kale at the Land of Push. It's the massaging, because I don't like coarse kale either. It's the massaging of the kale, and then it breaks it up and it softens it, and then you can put whatever type of dressing, you do an avocado, lemon, garlic type of dressing, and it comes out really, really good. So the massaging of the kale. You're not vegan, right? Why are you here at this fest?
So I did try to be vegan for a month, but what ended up happening was I was very hungry. And so I found myself eating a lot of sugar, carbs, rice, and it was going against my weight loss goals. Mm-hmm. And so I just had to go back to eating regular protein and vegetables.
What's regular protein? You eat beans?
Well, I was eating beans, but it wasn't filling enough. So I went back to chicken and fish, steak, and all that. So, and I like ribs, so I don't know if I could give up the pork like that. Mm-hmm. So, but I like vegan food. I think it's good.
Okay. All right. So she's on. As a matter of fact, on the table, go to the Black Veg table. We got the guides out. There is a recipe on there with some barbecue ribs that you might want to take a look at. So check out the guide, the vegetarian journal guide at our table. You realize when you go vegan that you gotta prep a lot of meals, and you may have to carry a lot of snacks, like a banana or something like that. So it's not 3 meals. Sometimes it's 3 and then the 2 in the middle. The trail mix and nuts and stuff like that. Nuts really fill me up. I like nuts, the pistachios and that type of stuff. So yeah, it's because your body is calling for the extra calories and nutrients and stuff like that. I want you to go to the Black Veg Society table after you're done, so you can talk to the folks over there about that. So we want to help you with that.
I didn't know there was a picture there. I would have watched that.
Yeah, 3:30. Who else? Do you have a question? Are you vegan, vegetarian? You're doing a vegan. She's trying to get you vegan too, right? You try. Okay. Okay. what's the challenge?
I don't know if I can give up for me. Like she said, I started with dishes that she's done, and actually that's so good. And I was like, okay, come on, let's go out today. Just now she tried to get me to try this yogurt stuff.
Okay. I'm glad you pointed out that. I'm glad, because that's part of the journey too. You have to figure out which yogurts, is it coconut milk, is it almond milk, is it cashew milk, is it soy, like which yogurts, which milk. It is a journey. But I'm sorry, the vegan lifestyle, we have a lot more offerings than meat eaters. If you think about it, it's just chicken and turkey and fish and beef and pork, and just think about the animal products that you're consuming, and then look at the plethora of vegetables and all the grains that we're talking about. International stuff.
And that's what she's talking about.
International.
Mom, look at that meat you eat. You eat that. You don't know if that's cow strip. You don't know if that's pig. And I was like, look, let me eat this.
One meal at a time. So can we challenge you to just take one meal out of the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and just go vegan with that? Can you do that? I need to see you at the Black Veg Society table. Have you been to the Black Veg Society table yet? I need you to come over there. We're gonna work with you. We're gonna meet you where you are. Who else has a question? Who else wants to share any challenges or experiences that they're going through? Yes.
Well, for me, it was watching the documentary.
Which documentary? Fork Over Knives. Fork Over Knives, right? From a health perspective?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, whenever I feel myself in the weeds, I start watching the inside.
Right. You got Fork Over Knives. Who's saying What the Hell? Remember when What the Hell came out? I think the whole world went vegan. The whole world went vegan. Well, what happened then? What happened? Like you lost the business?
I tried cooking all that vegan stuff, and I was like, this is too much work.
Okay, so what you're saying, one of the challenges is cooking.
Let's be the cooking part. Like, I love eating. This is my friend here. He started a little vegan restaurant, and I love eating his food. But I see him cooking, I'm like, that's just too much. So we're going to order it.
That's why we have vegan restaurants, and that's why we need more, plant-based options on menus. So thank you. Thank you for opening up the restaurant. What else? So I said, what the hell? Then we got game changers for the fitness folks out here, right? And I know the people in fitness, if you don't eat your protein, you're not gonna be able to compete, and shut y'all up, right? Vegan protein is the thing. You can compete and be vegan and get your protein. So that question about where you get the protein from, I hate it because beans, the protein is in everything you eat. So all this, do you have any protein deficient friends? Anybody out here? Anybody got a friend that's protein deficient? Okay, so this whole question about where you get your protein. If you don't even have any friends that are protein deficient, it's funny, right? What else do you want to know about, so I got the restaurant, we got the nonprofit.
What events you have coming up?
What events I have coming up? Well, right now, the only thing that we're doing at Black Veg is Food as Medicine webinar. And I highly recommend, if you want to learn how to use the food as medicine, that you go to blackvegsociety.org. Are you okay? You feel all right? Go to blackvegsociety.org, go to blog, and check out the replays of those webinars. We got webinars that shows food can get you in a good mood. Food can reduce inflammation. Food can reduce stress. Food is medicine. Okay, like it's medicine. If you got things going on in your stomach and your stomach hurts all the time, you got a dietary problem. Period. End of story. Could be parasites. It could be a lot of things, and it all comes from your diet. Food is supposed to give you life, so it shouldn't be making you sick. If you're sick from the food, then you need to change your diet. Right or wrong. Getting too sick? Anybody? Okay. If you're constipated, it's the diet. I dealt with constipation at a young age, didn't know what it was. I just knew I was having issues going to the bathroom. I'm in my teens. I don't know what's going on. Now I knew what was going on. Now I knew I didn't have any fiber in my life. Because I'm starch meat. Then I go to camp and eat out of the garden for the summer. Everything's all right. That's the cure. At such a young age, and now I'm older now. I'm like, that's what was going on. Every time I went to camp, I had a problem. I get home, I got a bump back there. I'm like, because I'm trying to excrete and it's not coming out. I know it should, but it's not. Any other questions?
All right, give it up one more time for Miss Naijha Wright-Brown.
BlackVegSociety.org, Land the Kush.
Where say that again?
BlackVegSociety.org, follow us on social media. Black Veg Society is the IG, Land the Kush is IG, and then Naijha Speaks. Please watch the show, NaijaSpeaks.com. I interviewed so many different people on there, and you will learn so much from people like yourself and all types of folks. NaijaSpeaks.com. I appreciate you listening to me. If you have any questions, go to the Black Veg Society table. We're right back there. Leave some pins up here in case you can't get to the table. Please visit the website. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and be well.
Let's give it up for all of our speakers.